Next up, at UFC Baku, we have the main event of the evening. We have Jamahal Hill taking on Khalil Rountree. This fight was supposed to happen a while ago. I forget which fight night it was, but they rebooked it. They moved this entire fight, and now it is the Baku main event. Nothing says a main event in Azerbaijan than two American guys getting after it. Jamahal Hill, 12-3 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off that war with Yuri Prochazka. Khalil Rountree, 13-6 in his career. He is 4-1 in his last 5. He is also coming off of a war, but his was with Alex Pereira. We all know Jamahal Hill by now. Former light heavyweight champion of the world. He had to get rid of that belt because he blew out his Achilles. Then he came back after trying to heal up in somewhat short notice against Alex Pereira at UFC 300. He got knocked out and was memed. And then he came back. He fought Yuri Prochazka in his last fight, and that was a war. And I gained a lot of respect for Jamahal Hill because Jamahal Hill is wildly unlikable. He's just insanely unlikable. But he went into that fight with Yuri. It was back and forth. He took a beating. He delivered a beating. He didn't quit. He did all the things. And all of a sudden, Jamahal Hill, somewhat likable guy. You need to mute your shit. Somewhat likable guy. Jamahal Hill is a rangy striker. He's got some decent power, good timing. Jamahal Hill has good footwork. And that is a comment that I made in my quick pick video. And I probably got 10, 15, 20 comments. Good footwork. Yeah, he's got good foot. When was it bad? He beat Glover Teixeira quite literally with footwork. With footwork, he beat Glover Teixeira. He was able to move out of the way, keep his feet nice and wide, nice good base, constantly moving, never sitting still, good footwork. He lost to Alex Pereira. Oh, in a weird exchange, he lost to the most powerful striker the division has ever seen. Okay, how does that make his footwork bad? Then he lost to Yuri Prochazka in an absolute war. The footwork doesn't matter with Yuri Prochazka because that dude just moves forward like the Terminator. He doesn't give a shit. So yeah, I stick by what I said. Jamahal Hill, who I don't like and I'm not picking in this fight, I think he's got good footwork. He also has good takedown defense at 73%. He's not going to need it here because he's fighting Khalil Rountree. Khalil Rountree has quite literally never attempted a single takedown in his UFC career. Not one. And he's been in the UFC for a while. Khalil Rountree is a Muay Thai striker. He's got a ton of power. He's very fast. He can knock anybody out. He'll chop down your legs. He'll find the head. He fights really well moving forward, but backing up, not quite the same because he can't plant to throw those kicks. He can't quite have that same success in reverse as he does moving forward. As I mentioned, 0 takedowns in his 16-fight UFC career. Takedown defense is just okay at 58%, and he's coming off that wild back-and-forth fight with Alex Pereira where Alex hit that flow state. But the criticism was that Khalil didn't deserve to be there. It was a bullshit main event. It was a bullshit title fight because they didn't want to have Ankalaev in there. And I think Khalil showed us all that he deserved to be there, and he put on quite the performance and at times had good success against the very dangerous Alex Pereira. I'm going to pick Khalil here, though. While it was nice to see that Jamahal Hill can be in a war and Jamal can go back and forth and can be in a gross, ugly, dirty fight and not quit on himself, I just think Khalil hits too hard. I think he's too fast. I think he's too clean. I don't think any of it's going to matter because of Khalil's just forward pressure, his speed, and his power. So I'm going to be picking Khalil here. This line has collapsed. Khalil was a site favorite, now dead even. What do you think, Avery? You're muted, motherfucker.
Am I lagging? Am I lagging hard on my side? I think I am.
No, you're good. No, you're fine. Go ahead, break it down.
All right. At first I had this a 50-50 fight. I really didn't know. My uncle was asking me who was gonna win this fight, and I was like, I just don't know. I was gonna lean towards Khalil. I'm looking through like the resumes and then the style and whatnot, and I have to go Jamahal Hill. You're right. Khalil doesn't do the best when he's backing up. And also, he just like Khalil is a killer when he's beating up cans. That I know that's a rude thing to say, but he's a killer when he's beating up cans, beating up wash guys like Anthony Smith. Like Anthony Smith has never been elite. Like let's just start right there. And especially at this age, Anthony Smith is like he's been done. But it's like I said, it's a real close fight. Both these guys are both coming off, relatively, bad damage. Jamahal Hill had the KO loss, and then he had the finish loss again against Yuri, and then Khalil's coming back from having his like face turned into paste. So it is, interesting on that front, but I got to go Jamahal Hill. I think he's going to be aggressive early. He's going to put the pressure on Khalil, and then we're going to see classic Khalil, not like the pressure, start crying, and then fade and get put away.
Yep, it could be an interesting situation. I'm on the Khalil side. Many people here and in the chat are on the other side. It should be an interesting fight because Jamahal Hill has become a world champion. And you could argue, oh, well, Glover was old. Glover beat the shit out of Yuri. It was the exact same thing as Chael Sonnen. Glover was 30 seconds, not even a minute, 30 seconds away from beating Yuri Prochazka. So he would have been two-time world champion. So Jamahal Hill, to win that belt, he has accomplished quite literally what everybody is looking to accomplish. Were you about to say something, or you were just taking
a and I don't even think breath? Jamahal Hill's all. No. Well, yeah, I was breathing, but also, yeah, I don't think I don't think Jamahal Hill's like unlikable. When it comes to the UFC, like nobody has personality. Everybody's, like I don't even mean to be rude to all the fighters, but every UFC fighter is a retard. When they have personality, it gets fun. Like like when we had Colby coming up, shit talking, Masvidal, Usman, all these guys coming up, shit talking. Like that's what we need right now. I feel like this sport, like it's just so boring. Like there's nobody I'm personally rooting for unless I have money on them. So I think if Jamahal Hill comes out here and put Goliath, just because it's light heavyweight. There's nobody.
All right, you're lagging too bad. I got to kick you here.
Am I going out?
You're going out bad, and now your video's entirely front. No, you're good. The point was received. So essentially, he was saying that Jamahal Hill. It's not that Jamahal Hill's unlikable. He just has a strong personality, and people don't enjoy that personality, which that's what unlikable means. But listen, the reality is, I don't necessarily disagree. And somebody mentioned in the comment here that it's I can't find it now. It's Jamahal Hill's delusion. It's the delusion that gets people mad at him. And that is true. After he lost to Alex Pereira, he was delusional about the loss. Blamed it on everything possible. Insanely delusional about that loss. Then he approached Alex in the gym. It was a whole thing. But after the Yuri loss, we didn't get the same bullshit. We got a man that understood he lost that fight. We got a man that was in a war that just accepted it and didn't run down the path of delusional nonsense. So I do think Jamahal Hill is working his way back to likability. He was very likable, lost the Alex fight, and then things went downhill. I am going to be on the Khalil Rountree side here. You will get an even better deal if you already were, because now he's minus 110. I'm going to be on the Rountree side. If you want to see who Jacob picked, who Artem picked, who Betsam picked, go ahead and check it out on the website. Every single one of their picks, including the AI, is available right now. $8,400 in DraftKings Fantasy for Khalil Rountree, $7,800 for Jamahal Hill. We have 5 rounds to work with. Both of these men can finish. Both of them have been finished. Pick your side. If you're already on a side, jump in, 10 toes down, stand on business, and put one of them in your DraftKings Fantasy lineup. Go to WeWantPicks.com, unlock all of it. It's $10 for an entire month. UFC 317 is next week. UFC 318 is a couple of weeks after that. Both of those events and the 2 fights in between will be included in your premium membership. I got a couple of comments pinned here, and then we're going to shut this bitch down. Devin Mays says, Hill became a champion with that footwork. People are leaning too hard on that. He's got hands. Peyton Olsen says, Hill's injuries are another red flag. And then I saw a million comments talking about a ruptured Achilles. And that is true. If you're not durable because your body's given up, that can be a problem. So maybe the footwork that I'm praising won't quite be there if he's stiff and the Achilles isn't doing what it's supposed to do. Anything is possible. Bernie, I see you called in, but your video is entirely frozen right now, so I can't throw you on. It is what it is. And then we have a comment from Johnny Capistani. Johnny Capistani. Pro tip, pay up for premium. Feed like from Halo. Pay up for premium feed like from Halo. If they're still around, haven't seen them in months, years, or Instinct, whatever the vet recommends sells. Oh, he's talking about my dog. He's saying buy the good food like from Halo. And then if they're still around and you haven't seen them in months or years or instinct, whatever the vet recommends. Man, I don't know what the fuck you said. I think that was a suggestion for the dog, so I appreciate you. Anvi, I see you called in. It's too late, man. I'm shutting this fucking shit down. I'm sorry, dude. All right, fine. Here, hurry the fuck up.
I just want to
quick.
know, how do you think the main event end? I have it. It's pretty expensive. I put it in a parlay. It's minus 400. I put the fight doesn't go the distance. What do you think?
It probably does not go the distance. That's what I just said. If you were fucking listening,
I wasn't.
said, yeah. Well, that's the problem. I said they both have finished people, and they both have been finished. So I don't necessarily think this does go the distance. So I think under 4.5 could be solid.
All right. Thank you.
All right, goodbye. Good riddance. See ya. Guys, thanks for hopping on. I know this was an out of the ordinary stream, but this is the type of stream I am looking to build, meaning when Jacob can't be here, who better to join me than the community? You guys know your shit. Some of you more better than others, but you guys know your shit. You do your research, especially the premium members with access to the tools. So anytime Jacob's not around, I'm going to try to do these. If this is a show you'd like more of, meaning I'll still do the show with Jacob, but maybe a different night of the week, we do something like this. I'm not going to break down this fucking card 4 times, but still something like this where it's just you guys breaking down and a new premium member for every fight, and you just break it down, we move on to the next. Let me know, because the community is a massive part of what we do here and a massive part of the success. So why not include you guys, especially if you're trying to do your own thing like Joey T is. Thank every single one of you for being here, and that's why I'm going to pitch premium one last time. But before I pitch premium, go download the app. Search We Want Picks in the App Store. In the App Store, you can get the app for 100% nothing. It is entirely free, top to bottom. You will have full access to everything premium has to offer, and then on top of it, push notifications. You'll have access to the fight simulator. The fight simulator is going to simulate fights 100,000 times. You will get those simulations. You can use them to place bets, build DraftKings fantasy lineups, do whatever you want with that information. We have access to the tape index. The tape index will give you every fighter on the card, who they're fighting, their record, and then you click the little red play button, video pops up, and you're off to the promised land watching the fights themselves. You have access to the DraftKings Optimizer. This will build DraftKings fantasy lineups for you. You don't know how to use an optimizer? You are in luck. Just hit the little slider at the top that'll unlock beginner mode, and beginner mode will walk you through with logical questions how to use the DraftKings Optimizer. We have a data analyzer. This is one of the most underrated tools in this space, quite literally a one-stop shop. You pull up your fight card, you pull up your fighter, it immediately compares his stats to his opponent. Then you can add, remove filters, select, unselect information, and that chart at the bottom will update. And then inside the chart, you hover over a button, you'll see the judges, you'll see the scorecards, the referee, how that fight happened, what happened, all the information right there. We have a line movement tracker. This will give you the opening odds, the current odds, win probability, and the line movement for every fighter on every card. You'll have a prop hunter, a curated set of data specifically designed to help you find prop bets. And you'll have access to everybody. Artem, with that atrocious picture. He actually is much better looking now. BetSam with the wild scream for no reason. And the artificial intelligence. Every single pick, every single bet, every single tool available right now on the website. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate the 300 of you that joined, and good luck this weekend.